And welcome back, everybody. This is Fix My Biz. We're in studio today with Ntokozo Biela, who owns a business called Mzansi Mobile Fridges out in Pinetown, KZN. The regular crew is in the house. Bill Gibson, of course, our sales and marketing guru. Welcome back. And Thane Niemand, who is our resident financial and operations expert from Nedbank Small Business Services. Thank you for making it out.
Thanks, Andile.
I was in Durban to check out this business, and those fridges work. It was a blistering hot day, and I got to sit inside and, calmed me down and everything. What is ISO 9001?
Andile, it's an SABS accreditation that we got, which took us a year to get.
Bottom line, the stuff works. Okay, so let's talk about why he isn't making that much money, or at least that much profit as he should.
Andile, the pricing of Ntokozo's units needs to meet that quality. If you're not making profits, one needs to go and look at the cost of sales. What does it cost you to make those units? You need to look at your expenses that you're incurring in making those units. But more importantly, what we found in Ntokozo's business is that he's got a range of units, and some of them are more profitable than others.
I think a lot of business people can learn this. You can sell a lot of product and still not be profitable.
Correct, because you're not keeping an eye on your cash flow items, your expenses, your material costs.
When was the last time you actually called up one of your key suppliers and said, hey, I'm selling all these fridges with all your materials, give me a break here?
Andile, I think it's about time I started doing that.
How much can somebody make on renting one of these in the community on a monthly basis?
Between 5,000 and 10,000.
So in 5, 6 months, you could actually pay for it. And see, there's where the opportunity is, where his advertising and his marketing focuses more on the sale of the units and the quality of the units, not on the opportunity. So it needs to say, you can make between 5 and 10,000 Rand a month, okay, with this unit.
Bill touches on a very important thing. So we talk about fixing profitability inside of that business and improving it at that. But what we're really not talking about is understanding his market and where he's selling into and what it is that he's trying to sell. Right. Now, if you look at his business as a manufacturing concern, his fascination in most instances is to get the units out of the floor quicker.
Basically just sell them.
But actually, in his business, there's a magic about exploring how to optimize revenue in a manner that gets a lot of cash inside of his business.
On a regular basis.
On a more regular basis. Yeah. And so listing in his business is a powerful opportunity.
We concentrate in doing our businesses in trying to get the big cash flows in as frequently as it can, instead of concentrating on the drips and drabs over a long period and sustained period of time.
Absolutely, but more importantly, what gives you better gross profit margin in your business?
Rand for rand, his rental business actually performs better than the sales on the units itself.
Correct. When you're only focusing on the units, every month you start afresh. You start a new business. If you have an annuity income like Sibongiseni is talking about, every month you start off with a residual income.
Stop. Big words. Annuity, residual.
Okay. An annuity income is an income in Ntokozo that you will get on a monthly basis without you having to start all over again. So you know on the first of the month you will get X rands coming in. So that's an annuity type income, and that makes your business more profitable if you want to sell it one day. But over and above that, Andile, what is very important is Ntokozo needs to look at each and every line item in his business. For example, he employed a large number of staff when he was doing a big contract, and he just kept them on.
So he's got a huge overhead that doesn't quite reflect the demand on the actual units
at the moment. However, one has to make sure that it's not only staff related, there are other things. How's your telephone management? How are your water and lights expenses? What are your commissions looking like? And
have they come down with the demand?
Well, I think my friend Bill will disagree with you there. He will say if the market is down, marketing is down, his phone bill needs to be going up so he can be contacting more people.
Listen, I want to create the revenue so he can keep the guys on. Yes. Okay, that's what I want to do.
So you don't want to talk about like squeezing certain things out?
Well, yes, that's important on that side, but I'm going to say let's go make some more money.
Right.
Okay? And so one of the things he can do is that he needs to, because he custom makes, you place an order with him and it takes, how long does it take when I come in and place the order?
Between 3 to 6 weeks.
3 to 6 weeks for him to produce a unit. Well, if he had 2 or 3 units sitting there okay, when I walk in, because there are people that would like to buy on the spot. Am I correct?
Yes,
Okay, so he could be
thing.
losing 1 or 2 deals a month because he doesn't have the inventory. So having that inventory can spin it, and it also keeps these people employed, okay, which is important. And then there's other opportunities there.
It sounds to me like a working capital issue. In this case, we're hearing he would benefit from having the spare cash available to actually make a unit and have it sitting somewhere so that when someone walks in, it's available to have a look at and perhaps just walk away with on the day.
He needs to make sure that he invests on stuff that's going to leave the floor, because there's still people who are willing to buy, even in the depressed environment.
Right.
That's where he needs to get out. Now, you must then go look through his entire cost base, because it may well be that he's underinvested on the part that needs to create more sales and overinvested on the parts that need to create more units.
Well, let's talk about opportunities, because there's so many untapped creative ways to reach people that we haven't quite thought of before.
Can you imagine, okay, an ad that says you could create 5,000 to 10,000 rand a month revenue? The opportunity is there. There's so many markets there for him. And what's he doing? He's helping the community. That's what's so neat about his business. He's creating employment.
Wow. It even has potential to create revenue, annuity income around selling space on the sides of these units.
That is the power of what he has as a business solution. He talks to a specific market. There are like-minded people who also target that market. What a most powerful way of branding on these units, so that there are people and partners that just buy marketing and branding space. And he makes additional revenue income out of those opportunities.
And the first place to start is at home. And on his units, he doesn't advertise the opportunity. If you want to rent this vehicle, okay, this unit, this fridge, for you know, a wedding, for a funeral, you can see it, you can phone to rent. But it doesn't explain up there that you could make between 5,000 and 10,000 rand a month with this unit as a business. Wow. So please call this number.
Finally, let's just wrap this up. There's a lot of potential for exposure to injuries and things like that and legalities that come with it. And he needs protection, and he's not quite there yet.
If an employee is injured while working, you have a responsibility to attend to those medical expenses.
Unless
if you register with the compensation commissioner and you pay your fees once a year, they then, in Thokoza, will bear those costs of injury. So you don't have to plan in our budget and in our cash flow for potential medical expenses. It seems a small issue.
Until something goes wrong, though.
Until something goes wrong. You need to attend to that.
Wow, we have a packed list of things to do, and we need to get right to it. Are you ready, though?
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do this thing. Let's make things happen. Let's fix the man's biz.